what advice would I give to my younger self? That's the topic of today's video, and it's gonna be really special because I have a couple guests with me, ScottHoho, as well as JoexFitness. And I think we're all similar in that we're all younger Asian guys in our 20s that have quote-unquote successful social media as well as businesses. Today, I want to go a little bit beyond fitness and share a little bit of our own personal knowledge and ultimately think, what advice would we give our younger selves back in the day? So with that said, let's get into it.
And the gym we're here at today is Stance Fitness out in Buena Park, Orange County. This gym opened back in July, and the owner, Devin, got a few accolades under his name, which is really dope to see.
Now this goes without saying, but the intention of this video isn't to like humble brag and say like, oh yeah, we're gurus, we know everything. We by no means have everything figured out. Instead, I wanted to give an opportunity for us to kind of share a little bit more about ourselves. But all three of us had to kind of go against the grain and overcome challenges to get to where we are now. And I figured this would be a great way to show the side of ourselves that we haven't really shared before as fitness creators. So if you're inspired or curious, let's get to our first piece of advice, as well as get to our workout, of course. So as you saw, we're hitting lat pull down. Now I want to talk about the first biggest advice that I would personally give to my younger self, and that is, don't care so much about what other people think. When I was younger, I was a very impressionable child, especially because I was an only child. I didn't have a lot of relatives in the US, so in a sense, I didn't have a lot of role models to be like, oh, okay, this is someone that I definitely should look up to. And the result of this is it kind of made me care a lot about what other people thought of me, especially throughout middle school and high school in those very impressionable years. And to be completely honest, it wasn't until like junior year of college that I really stopped caring so much about other people's opinion. I did a lot of self-reflection during that time. Pretty much what I did for 5 months straight was I kind of just spent a lot of time on my own. I went to a quote-unquote party school, but I didn't go to any parties, I didn't drink. I would work out religiously in the morning, come home, and think about, okay, Tyler, what do I want to do with my life? And at the end of the day, I remember it all came down to content creation. But at the time, back in 2019, I was too nervous to start because I didn't have a big following on Instagram, where I was like, oh, what would my friends think if I would upload a video? It's crazy to think that was like 5 years ago now, because of course, now I'm in a very different position. And I can't help but think, had I known that sooner, had I bit the bullet and thought, okay, Tyler, this is your life, you choose what you want to do with your life, and take other people's opinions with a grain of salt, regardless of whether they come from a good place or not. And I will tell you, the sense of freedom you get from that, probably single-handedly the most profound thing I realized in my life. So that's the first one. The sooner you stop caring about what other people think, the sooner you will live a life that you're actually happy about, stop having regrets, and hopefully set yourself up while you're young for the rest of your life. So that's the first piece of advice. Let's move on to the second exercise, and then we'll get into the second piece of advice that Scott will give.
Come on, you got it. 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 That's all you weigh.
Woo. Oh.
I'm really watching it. The second it goes down, I was like, all right, moving on to the second piece of advice that I would give my younger self is put your reps in. I just finished my set, so hold up. Yeah, if you put that last rep in, they'll understand. Nah, but put your reps in. In order to be an expert in anything, in order to be good at anything, if there's anybody that you look up to in any way, whether it be fitness or life or career, odds are they put a lot of hours. They put a lot of reps. In order to get where you want to be, it's going to take that same amount of effort. So put your reps in, be patient, and you'll get there. All right, now we move on to the third exercise of today, and Joe's advice. Woo. Let's go. Oh shit, I did not get that.
You want me to do it again?
want to bring you guys to the corner of the gym while Scott's getting in his workout to give you some advice that I would give myself, a little bit earlier in life. Compared to the other guys, I am a bit younger than y'all. I'm 23, and for me, the biggest piece of advice I would give myself when I was a bit younger in terms of both fitness as well as just your career is definitely, no matter the time and place, you can make it work if it's something you truly believe in. And what I kind of mean by that is that when I was a bit younger, I always gave myself excuses, and they were valid, right? Like, I'm a little bit busy to get started on my fitness goals. I'm a bit busy to, start my social media accounts. Oh, I'm a bit, I got a lot of stuff going on from school or work or whatnot. And ultimately, it just comes down to how bad do you want it, and having the realistic schedule to upkeep what you want to do, essentially. So pretty much kind of like what Scott said, put in the repetitions, get the work that you need to get done, and it's all about just having a consistent schedule that you can stick to and being really upfront and truthful about yourself that, hey, it's not every day you're going to love what you do. It's not overnight that you're going to have this kind of quick success or quick fitness transformation or whatever. It comes through lots of time, lots of consistency, and you can do it no matter what time you are in your life. That's the main point. It's, it could be now. It doesn't have to be years later. You really get to get your dream job or do what you love to do or have your fitness goals. You can make that a reality this year, this month. And so if you have a dream and you really want to achieve it and you're really passionate about it, there's no better time to start than now. And just try not to get in your way and try not to give yourself too many excuses along the way, and just get started now. I don't know what else to say besides that, pretty much, yeah.
And then real quick, if you're wondering where I got my tank top from, this is the Able Origin tank top. It's releasing on 3/22nd, so March 22nd. It's not even out yet technically, but I'll probably announce it in a future video when these are actually out. But these are actually really sick. I've been quite literally living in these, so I'm probably gonna sell it fast. I'll hop on them real soon. But let me show you something that's already out. So here's another Able oversized t-shirt without the lettering on the back. This one's a little bit, more minimalistic than the other one without the back piece. I got the little logo on the center, like that. Super minimal, so I just went a lot too. I can pretty much wear it in or outside the gym, which is really cool. Yeah, just want to show you guys. Of course, if you want to support my page while getting 10% off, you can use code PATH at checkout. Let's get it. So the fourth piece of advice I would give to my younger self is don't take your health for granted. Of course, now everyone knows me as an advocate for fitness, but ironically, when I was younger, I didn't really care about my health at all. I used to drink soda every single day. All I ate was candy. I didn't really like high protein food, so I remember at its worst when I was in elementary school, my mom would give me fried chicken, and I would only eat the skin of the chicken. And because my parents were so busy since they were working a job trying to sustain a living, it wasn't like they can watch me and keep an eye on me to make sure that I'm getting all my macros in, getting all the nutrients that I need. Truthfully, that's probably a factor in why I'm 5'6". By the time I started caring about my health, it was in 7th grade. And it started because I heard about a kidney stone for the first time, and I looked up on Google what causes a kidney stone. And it said drinking soda. So me as a 13-year-old, I was like, I don't want a kidney stone, so I'm just gonna start drinking soda. And then the same year I joined track and field, and that led me to wanting to get faster for track and field. It kind of just started from there, but I think a really big goal of mine for the rest of my life is I'm always going to take health as a priority. Some people get into this toxic thinking that they need to sacrifice their health in order to further move up in their career. However, in the end, if you're doing something like that, you're biting yourself in the back, because when you're older, your health might simply not be as good as it can be. But yeah, I just feel like having good health is something we take for granted until, God forbid, something bad happens. For example, an injury. Those are the times where I really reflect and think to myself, wow, I had it really good being just simply having a good well-being, right? So with that, of course, bodybuilding, fitness, it helps me align my interests to having good health, but I hope this inspires you to get in shape if you're currently not and incorporate fitness in your life, because it's definitely one of the best decisions I've ever made. So with that, let's get on to the 5th exercise for hitting back again, as well as the 5th piece of advice. Let's get it.
Us to the 5th thing I would tell my younger self, and I'm just going to keep it short, simple, and sweet, and that is nothing changes if nothing changes. Nah, but on the real though, if you really think about it, If you want a specific result in something, whether it be fitness, life, career, nothing's gonna change if your actions don't change, right? You wanna have some agency in your life, and you wanna be working towards any goals that you have, and it's gonna take actionable steps to get there, right? You can wish for something, but nothing changes if nothing changes. So that's my piece of advice that I'll give my younger self. So that leads us to our 6th exercise, biceps, some type of curl, but let's get to it.
The last piece of advice for today that I would give myself if I was a little bit younger would definitely be, as corny as it sounds, as cliche as it sounds, take as many risks as possible when you're in your early 20s, even younger. I think all 3 of us can relate to this. We had that typical kind of corporate route when it came to college and afterwards, and the 3 of us just decided that wasn't the fit that we wanted. Each of us, have shared our own stories to each other, and they're pretty similar. We took a big risk, went down the less traditional route, I guess the road less taken, right? And at the end of the day, it ended up paying off in terms of doing something we really enjoy, leaving an impact that we think is very valuable to lots of people, and ultimately building, I guess, this lifestyle, career, whatever you might call it, into something that used to be like a dream a few years ago for us into fruition. So if you have something that you really do care about and you're really passionate about, take as many risks as you can when you're young, man. You have no other better time to do it when you're in college and high school, when you're in your 20s. Take those risks when you can, and they will pay off if you work hard enough for it, for sure.
And that was the 6 biggest pieces of advice we would give to our younger selves. Scott, Joe, I appreciate y'all coming on this video. I hope this video leaves you all inspired to pursue your dreams. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Leave a like to support my page, hit subscribe to level up your physique. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace. Woo! That was a good clap, yeah.